Good morning, welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View this morning. With us being in the Cup game this weekend, the media have nothing better to talk about than talk about a guard of honour at Celtic, for Celtic at Ibrox if we do win the league up in Tannadice. It's funny that we've got two away games. The first right after the split is what you expect. They always try and get the away game, derby game out the road. But Alistair Johnston has dismissed the media hype and the excitement over the Guard of Honour. I mean, I don't even need to see Celtic fans talking about it. We know that they're never going to give us the Guard of Honour. I mean, they celebrated the draw up in Aberdeen like they had won the league. So you definitely don't expect them. And listen, we wouldn't give them a Guard of Honour either. So I think it's just the papers needing something to write about, really, isn't it? The topic appears near enough every year if the league has been won early. But let's face it, do you really worry about a dead rubber game? I mean, if we win the league up in Tannadice, up at Dundee United. Now, there's nothing to say that we could get beat up at Dundee United. I mean, that would be a shock to the system if it did happen, and then we had to go to Ibrox to win the damn league. That would be even funnier if we had to go to Ibrox, and let's hope it doesn't happen like that. Let's hope that the 2,500 fans can go and sing champions again, ole ole, with the 55th title almost in the bag, adding more honours to the most successful club in Scotland is Alistair Johnston's main objective. He said, talking about the Guard of Honour, I wouldn't expect it. I wouldn't say that I'd expect it. Look, at the end of the day, we're not too bothered about if someone gives us the Guard of Honour. We just want to be lifting the trophy on the final day of the season. That's our big focus. Whilst Rangers fans have come onto the channel during the night and said, could you come back for 2-0 down to draw 2-2? Could you be in the later stages of the Europa? Could Rangers win 13 titles in 14 years? No, I don't think they could. Anyway, it's all about standards, and it's all about, other teams have their little ambitions and have their wee forays into Europe. And we would rather be in the Champions League, earn 30 to 50 million pounds off the Champions League, and win trophies every year, because that's what you look back on. Let's face it, you don't look back on also-rans, and you don't look back on I mean, it's like Celtic consistently looking back on Seville, doesn't it? We don't, because we never won the damn thing, so you don't look back on it when you don't win it. Anyway, you've got to give them something to shout about. Anyway, the most important position I personally think that Brendan Rodgers needs to sort out this summer is a centre-back. A centre-back not only to play alongside Cameron Carter-Vickers, but when you look at who has played with Cameron Carter-Vickers over the years, it's been a problematic area, and it could be another problematic area this summer. With the likes of Nat Phillips having come into Celtic, Nat Phillips, remember him? Yuki Kobayashi, who also played in that position. Stephen Welsh has finally got his move away. Will it be on a permanent basis? It is a temporary basis, but I think that having played at another club, and especially the fact that he's playing quite regular, I can see him just going, do you know what, I think my career at Celtic's pretty much over. I don't want to be a benchman. I don't want to be, as much as Tony Ralston's a fantastic player, I don't want to just be sitting and trying to get onto the bench every week, where it's, I'm at an age where I want to be playing football. I'm a football player. I've came through the ranks at Celtic. I want to go and achieve stuff now. I want to go and play some football. And that's no disrespect to Stephen Welsh. He's a fantastic guy, and there's a player of a certain standard in there, but he just doesn't seem to be able to reach the heights that we need at Celtic. Not to say that he can't within his career. Some players have moved away from Celtic and went on to be absolutely fantastic players. You could think of one that plays for Scotland that we let go far too early. We bought him from Dundee and we sold him, and he's now worth around about 15 to 20 million. But as defenders come and go, Brendan Rodgers needs to get someone that could play beside Cameron Carter-Vickers on the long term. Is Austin Trusty that player? Is Austin Trusty the player that can step up his form on a regular basis. We know that he has the pace on chasing back, but we're going to need a defender this summer either way. With Gustav Lagerbielke out the door, it leaves big Mark Norowski, and I think that he could potentially be sold this summer. I don't think that he, having made the move a few years ago now, is going to be overly enamoured about being in the position he's in, considering they cost Celtic 4 million. I think it could be the summer that he maybe moves on from Celtic also. And then it only leaves as backup is Liam Scales. And is that a good position to be in? Because then we need someone to cover Cameron Carter-Vickers when he's out. So I could see up to possibly three defenders leaving Celtic this summer. Obviously, the first one is Gustav Lagerbielke, then there's Stephen Welsh, and it could be Mark Norowski that could leave Celtic this summer. So Celtic will have to go out and get someone, and I think that they need to go out and get someone better than Trusty. Tell me what you think about it in the comment section. Am I talking complete wash this morning, or do you think that there could be something in that? And the fact that, as good as Trusty is, can we go out? And if we want to become better in the Champions League, if we want to be better, I mean, let's face it, we got him from Sheffield United. He never had a great start to his Celtic career, but Postecoglou left Celtic and went. If I want to talk about Postecoglou, I mean, there's other players that have left. Rodgers just came into Celtic, and he can make players better, but we are going to need backup because it's going to be a long whole season next year. One player that did leave Celtic, that when we look back, and he played absolutely brilliant with Cameron Carter-Vickers. And it was Carl Starfelt. Have we really replaced Carl Starfelt? I mean, look at the players that has played with Carter-Vickers. It is an unbelievable list. It's Carl Starfelt, Liam Scales, Neil Bitton's played at the back before he left, Austin Trusty, Stephen Welsh, Moritz Jens, Martin Norowski, Yogi Kobayashi and Nat Phillips. There seems to be something going wrong at Celtic over the last few years. That's quite a lot of players for a couple of positions. I mean, Carl Starfelt, he wanted away because his missus moved to Spain. Not the best part of Spain, but it's still North Spain, and it gets a bit of seasons. Nat Phillips wasn't good enough. Kobayashi came in, he wasn't good enough. Moritz Jens, less about him. Stephen Welsh comes through the system. Carl Starfelt has played the most games with him, 64 games he played with big Cameron Carter-Vickers. So it really is a position that I think personally that we need to sort out for the summer. With the Champions League not having automatic promotion this year, not having automatic entry into the Champions League, we're going to have to go through a qualifier in August. Now, it is later on in August, but it's still a game in August that we could really do without, because we're going to have the League Cup game in August early again this year, and it does allow Brendan Rodgers a bit of time. But bearing in mind that Brendan Rodgers said last year, I want to get the players in before pre-season, I wonder if he'll be saying the same this season. Watch out over the next month. There is only about just over a month of football left. Watch out for over the next month when Brendan is asked about potential signings this summer. And let's see if he says it again. Let's see if he says it, I want to get players in before pre-season, because he's went on about it quite a few times. And will he finally get his way? It is going to be a big summer. A lot of people talking about the fact that Brendan Rodgers will or won't he sign a new contract. But it's coming that Celtic want to sign an England youth international player. And I'm just going to leave it at that, because I think that talking about bringing in 17-year-old players to Celtic, whilst we can't retain the services of guys that have grown up playing for Celtic, having the dream for playing for Celtic, been at Celtic for 8 or 9 years coming through the system, and we can't retain those guys coming into from the B team trying to get a pathway into the first team. I think that putting out stories about us bringing in 17-year-olds for the B team is just nonsense just now. There's a lot that Celtic need to sort out, and I think that one of the biggest ones is, and maybe it is the complex, maybe it is once they open the doors to this new training complex, that will give, it's a pathway, isn't it? It's the old thing that unless a younger player can see a pathway into the first team at Celtic, we're never going to keep a hold of them. They're going to go to other clubs, and then they're going to get put on loan, and then that's it. They're gone. Anyway, make sure you join me tonight at 8 p.m. Celtic Park time. We could talk about any stories that are broken today. It is playing each other just one game a week is boring, isn't it? It is boring just now, but it is the tail end of the season, and we all look forward to St Johnstone. We will start talking about that. Can St Johnstone do a double over Celtic at Hampden? Can seriously St Johnstone? I tell you one thing: if Celtic do not get their act together, if the players don't get their act together, and we do not play the way that we did at the weekend, you would think that it's all for us. Going back to Hampden, it's very rarely do we lose at Hampden. It has been done, but Brendan Rodgers will know that he's got one hand on a treble. Another treble incoming for Celtic. Yes, another one. 55 is inward bound. It's only going to be weeks away. Can we do the next big step towards a treble? You have to win the game in the final, but you need to get there first. And on that note, have an absolutely fantastic day, Celtic fans, wherever you are, all around the world.